So you would think that a country with this much access to information would be thriving intellectually. But no. Turns out we're living in this place where being smart is suspicious, being informed is elitist. And being loud, wrong, and confident gets you more social rewards than actually thinking. Now this whole, like anti-intellectualism thing isn't new. Now I may mispronounce this guy's last name, so bear with me here. Richard Hofstadter literally wrote a Pulitzer winning book about it back in 1963, explaining how Americans have always had this weird distrust of expert scholars and anyone who uses more than two brain cells at a time. Now, unfortunately, fast forward to now, and the trend hasn't just continued, it's literally have just gotten politicized. Now, as of 2024, an analysis shows that about one third of Americans hold anti intellectual attitudes at any given time. And these attitudes spike during certain political movements like the Tea Party era, according to Oxford Academic. And the modern flavor of it is not just I don't trust experts, it's I trust my feelings more than your facts. Now, thinking is now considered a liability, right? So the EBSCO's research summary on anti-intellectualism points out that Americans increasingly see intellectuals as quote unquote people who are out of touch, and that skepticism towards education, especially the humanities, is rising. So, in simple terms, if you think deeply, analyze, or question things, you're just doing too much. Meanwhile, if you proudly announce, I don't read, I just go with my gut, you get applauded like you just solved, fucking world hunger, I don't know. Now, the media absolutely loves the clown show, which is why I always heavily emphasize on for us to stop making morons famous for no fucking reason other than that. They're funny. Politicians literally mock educated people for sport. Scott Brown sneered at Elizabeth Warren for being the professor. Sarah Palin became a meme for proudly not knowing things, and the media eats it up because ignorance is entertaining. We've turned stupidity into a personality brand. Why does it feel so personal to someone like me, right? When you're someone like me who tends to actually think, feel, reflect, and actually tries to understand the world, you're literally operating in a culture that treats those traits like flaws. And to the people that are kind of like me in that regard, you're not less than. You're just living in a society that is allergic or just hates introspection. And honestly, that's just America just being what is great at, just being stupid. So, overall, what I'm simply trying to say in this short little rant of mine is that America has a we rather be comfortable than correct problem. And until this country stops rewarding ignorance with attention, relationships, and political power, the people who actually think are going to keep feeling like outsiders. But trust me, because there's so many idiots out there, the world needs more thinkers more than ever. Even if our stupid culture doesn't reward it, reality does. I mean, it's more so of a cultural pattern if you get what I mean. So people who don't overthink tend to appear more confident, even though they are confidently wrong. Anti-intellectual culture frames emotional depth and introspection as being too much. And of course, the populist rhetoric glorifies common sense over expertise, which reinforces the idea that thinking deeply is unattractive or unnecessary. So, what happens as a result of that is that people who feel deeply, think critically, and actually processes life gets labeled as, too complicated, intense, or just hard to deal with. Meanwhile, people who just float through life like a half-charged Roomba gets praised for being easygoing. Which is not that they are better for say, but it's simply because the culture, our stupid culture, rewards simplicity and not substance behind it. So that was the part of my notes that I forgot to include. So there you have it. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.